Learning may grind to a halt in institutions of higher learning if students make good their threat of conducting a nationwide strike beginning this week, Tuesday, to push the government to release funds, which according to some of the students are yet to be released 2 months after they reported in the university. That is just part of what we continue to keep a keen eye on for you to see how that develops the better part of this week. This is KBC Lunchtime News. Byron Abuli is our sign language interpreter, and I'm Doreen Arange. Lunchtime News starts now. We kickstart on that education note, where a section of Azimio MPs have opposed the proposed school fee increment for high school for the financial year 2023-2024. The proposed increment for school fees will see parents cough up to 19,626 Kenyan shillings per year for national schools, 25,000 shillings for extra county, and 5,000 Kenyan shillings for day schools. Speaking at different events, the MPs Babu Owino of Embakasi East, Gideon Mulungi of Mwingi Central, and Robert Basil of Yatta want the government to instead offer free education to encourage literacy and ensure all Kenyan children get an education irrespective of their financial capabilities.
Kuna chakula na wewe kazi yako ni kuongeza school fees, kuongeza unga, kuongeza mafuta. Tunakuomba funguza gharama ya maisha.
Tunamwambia rais, tafadhali eneo wananchi wanaumia, rudisha karo ya shule mahali ilipo, ama kama inawezekana teremsha karo ya shule. Wananchi hawana chochote.
Hawa tu kazi yao ni rahisi. Hakikisha tu wasome. Masomo tu kwa sasa.
We keep up with the education matters, and in Mombasa, parents have been challenged to invest in their children's education to enable them access opportunities. Speaking during an education forum organized by Changamwe legislator Omar Mwinyi at Changamwe Primary School, Technical University Vice Chancellor Professor Leila Abubakar emphasized the importance of parents actively engaging in their children's education and prioritize their academic welfare. Bomu Secondary School Principal Wilfred Mutoni also expressed concern on the high number of students dropping out of school after 31 students out of 118 registered Form 4 candidates in his school failed to attend classes after that registration.
Nothing good comes easy. Parents have to make sacrifices. We do not have to keep on relying on the government for everything. You know, there is a part which the government has to play, but there's also a part that the parent has to play. And you find, as I was saying, especially in the coastal region, their priorities are upside down. You find parents can willingly go and buy a nice dress for a wedding, but that same parent cannot afford to pay minimal amount to the school or for the education of that kid. So I think the priorities, as I've rightly said, we need now to change the attitude. And we can only do that through mentorship and role models.
Last year we released 40 million to over 6,000 beneficiaries, and we hope that as the years go by, more students will be joining high institutions of further learning.
They registered 119, one died, unfortunate. So 118, 31 disappeared on their own. Hakuna mtu aliwafukuza. From there, when I joined Bomu, I'm 2 months old. I had to move around to their homes. Mkapata their parents, mkarudisha, nkaongea na wao watoto wamerudi. By last week, wakati wa riaso, wale wote wamerudi, lakini 3 girls did not turn up because they are expectant.
And the Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Mashujaa has sent out a message of condolence to the families of 5 KCP candidates from Arap Moi Primary School in Tarakwa, Uasin Gishu County, who died in a boat tragedy. In a statement, Mashujaa has pledged to ensure investigations into their deaths are conducted and anyone found culpable and responsible. Additionally, he has cautioned school administrators against exposing learners to risky activities and environments. Mashujaa is further appealing for calm and patience from the affected school, families and communities, maintaining the government will take the necessary steps to ensure the safety of candidates. This comes ahead of the start of KCP examinations tomorrow. And away from education matters now, political leaders and farmers from sugarcane growing regions want the government to conduct comprehensive consultations with the people in the sugar growing region before proceeding with the leasing of Sony Sugar to private developers. Led by Migori County Governor Ochilo Ayako, they have emphasized the need for inclusivity, stating that all relevant stakeholders, including the company's employees, should be informed about their future and involved in the decision-making process before the government finalizes the lease. These sentiments were echoed by Kitayama Marwa, the Member of Parliament representing Kuria East.
Sisi watu wa eneo hii, we want it to be done transparently, openly. Mambo ya Sony, kila mtu apate haki yetu, na sisi ambayo ni wakulima, wafanyakazi, wafanyibiashara, tupate riziki yetu always and transparency.
Ni share ya upande wetu ni kiasi gani? Tunakutuma we governor, ukue tough negotiator. Una negotiate sawa sawa, watu wa Migori tupate faida sawa sawa kutoka kwa hiyo.
Trading focus to matters politics, a section of leaders drawn from the Kenya Kwanza administration have strongly defended President William Ruto's foreign trips, saying his engagement with other world leaders have resulted in gains for the country. Led by the government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura and Narok County Governor Patrick Ntutu, say the government is on track and keen on returning the country on the right development trajectory.
Politicians allied to Kenya Kwanza government have strongly defended President William Ruto on his international trips, saying the government is creating partnerships with other world leaders for the good of the country.
Jameni watu wangu, wakati Mheshimiwa Ruto amechukua uongozi, amepata serikali haina pesa. Na baba mzuri ni yule anaenda kutafutia familia, si ndio?
Governor Patrick Ntutu and government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura claiming the country was sinking in debts before President Ruto took office, hence the need to move around the globe to negotiate and seek a better repayment plan from the country's debtors.
Hapa kaunti ya Narok sisi tuko imara na tuko tayari kwa sababu tunataka kufanyia watu kazi. Hata president akisimama anajua akona watu kwa ground ambayo wanashikilia. Hiyo ndio lengo na madhumuni yetu, kuhakikisha ya kwamba watu wetu ambao wametuchagua wanafanyia wakazi kulingana na yale ambayo tulikuwa tunataka.
Elsewhere in Kajiado County, State House Comptroller Kato Ole Metito has denied allegation that he's interfering with the running of Kajiado County government. Metito is urging Governor Ole Lenku to carry his own cross and quit using him as a scapegoat.
Na mimi nimesema kwa kila jukwaa, wale wako kwa maofisi, fanyeni kazi ile mlipewa. Mkiletewa kitu ya kaunti, barabara, mupitisha haraka sana. Mkiletewa pesa ya maji, mupitisha haraka sana. Mkiletewa ya hospitali, mupitisha haraka sana. Nyinyi msichukue lawama kwa sababu najua mnapitisha na haitafanywa.
Hata kama senator hataongea, watu wa Kajiado tutaongea, maana tutauliza mali ya umma, tutauliza pesa yetu imeenda wapi, na tutauliza kwa ujasiri.
Remember, that comes in the wake of the president's announcement last week where he did announce to slash down on travel budgets by 50%. To matters security, 2 herders are nursing gunshot wounds after they were allegedly attacked by suspected cattle rustlers at Mwea area in Igembe North, Meru County. According to Jackson Mithika, the residential area manager area. The duo were grazing their livestock when the suspected cattle rustlers attacked and shot them before they were rushed to Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital with gunshot wounds. The residents are now calling for the deployment of the Kenya Police Reservists to beef up security in the area.
Hii area yaonekana iko hatari sana insecurity. Juu sasa hata saa hii tunatoka kutindikiza ng'ombe kidogo, tunaambiwa hata waisi wako kwa hii laga.
Ile kitu mimi ningependa ni serikali yetu tuangalie kama mwananchi wa kawaida. Maana sisi tumepilizwa kila kitu hapa, sisi hatuna mifugo yote imeenda na wanyama na waisi.
Tukipata hiyo bunduki ile ya KBR tunapata nafuu, sababu wale watu wetu wetu wanaweza kuteremka huko mpaka Samburu mpaka huko Ngazo wakaangalia hiyo kitu.
Holders are notified to report and surrender unclaimed financial assets to the Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority, UFAA, on or before November 1st, 2023. It is now easier to report and surrender. Visit www.ufaa.go.ke and get started. Beat the November 1st deadline. It is your turn to surrender and report qualifying unclaimed financial assets. Pass the baton. Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority. Receive, safeguard, reunite.
Umechunguza hii familia una ndani ama una watu juu unapenda jeni?
Maanisha nini?
Maybe wewe tutabadilisha jeni.
Nini ilifanyika hasa?
Najakwambia.
Naona ni kama jeni iko kwa shida. Ulikuwa umeenda huko kufanya nini?
Kuona mgonjwa.
Aki misioni nikikaa huko. Niko na nightmares.
Unakani kama mwana ghost?
Hapana. We need to help her. Ati nini?
Well, you have not heard my side of the story. Nikikuletea mafuta kujipaka na sabuni jela, utaniambia pole pole.
Everyone thinks I'm just the other woman.
No one thinks that.
Then put a ring on it. Your evidence tutaipata aje?
She's been trying to avoid me. Jen.
Please.
Jen.
We take part in supporting and standing with people who have been affected by cancer in one way or another.
And then the ultrasound showed that I have 5 tumors. It was really heartbreaking knowing that you have cancer. I've gone for 8 sessions of chemo. Then I went for 25 radiotherapies. It is quite a difficult journey and a harsh one.
And that's why we want to create greater and more awareness. It's very important for any woman to examine their breasts.
Welcome back. Moving on, real estate investors in collaboration with Kajiado County government have launched a development plan to address the emerging problem of land conflict. The urban development stakeholders say the plan will offer residents a blueprint to ensure a well-planned and organized environment. In a bid to promote peace among the community, Kajiado County Director for Physical Planning, Swala Fred, noted that the plan will act as a guide on the type of development to be done to avoid any land conflict.
Or if you are buying a property within, say, this estate, you will not say that you didn't know that this area is not supposed to be for apartment or maybe row housing or maybe commercial, because the plan defines what is preferred in this place.
So ideally, nobody can now just, do contrary to the bylaws of this estate. That primarily is a milestone because for the next 5 years, it means those zoning rules will be followed to the letter. And what are we doing? We want to achieve harmony and peace and security at minimum cost.
This donation equalizes us all so that we are in a position where there is no one who feels is powerful than the other, and they have to follow the law to the latter.
Zoning will help in terms of trying to have a decent living estate or areas by having an area that's meant for residential remain that.
And a Technical and Vocational Training Principal Secretary, Esther Moria, has reiterated government's commitment to train the youth to meet the current market demands. Speaking in Emining Technical Training Institute in Mogosho, Baringo County, during the institution's first graduation ceremony, the PS said the department will introduce dual training where the students will be trained 50 to 70% in industrial work and 20 to 30% in theory. She divulged that there is high demand for highly skilled graduates and that employers have been coming from foreign countries but failed to get the highly skilled laborers.
Needs skills. It is not only them who need skills, but this country needs skills because it is skills that this country and his government are going to rely and depend on to make this country the Singapore of Africa.
We have also established a tree nursery at our agriculture campus. This will go a long way in achieving 15 billion trees by the year 2032 nationally as per the presidential directive.
And the government now says it will set up a military training camp in Pura area in Samburu County to address the increased cases of insecurity in the area. Speaking during a fundraiser at Ngeju Emuni Primary School grounds, the Chief of Staff and Head of Public Service Felix Kosgei regretted that the recent attack where 3 people were murdered and 6 seriously injured.
Hao wakora tutapambana nao mpaka Samburu, mpaka Pokot, huko Turkana, iwe na amani na watu waishi wakiendelea na maendeleo bila kusumbuliwa na mtu yote. Na President Rais mwenyewe amesema hapa tutaweka jeshi yote hapa, tutajenga hata college hapa, training, tutaleta jeshi yote hapa mpaka mpate amani, kwa sababu hatuwezi kubali watu wetu na wananchi wa Kenya wanaendelea kusumbuliwa na wakora wale wamekaa humu. Wakora wamekataa kwenda shule na wanaanza kusumbua tu watu mpaka hawana nafasi ya kuendelea na maisha yao ya kawaida. So we are not going to rest until peace prevails in this region.
To some sporting action now. Ephraim Washira is the champion of the Maridadi Motors Inua Boy Child Golf Competition held at the Riru Sports Club. The tournament was organized under the theme Remembering the Forgotten Boy Child in the Society.
Handicap 20 Ephraim Washira managed a score of 41 points to snatch the overall Maridadi Motors Inua Boy Child Golf Competition title from the hands of Erastus Toronjo, who was named the best male player, with Rafael Maura taking the runners-up prize. Matching that feat was Beatrice Waweru, who was the best lady in the one-day tournament, having played better than Sophie Mbochi, who was second in the ladies category. Bernard Omondi was the gross winner. Faith Nyagaki was the best junior player in the tournament that attracted 232 golfers, with Margaret Moreo taking home the nearest to the pin title.
I cannot say I did something special. What I can say is I found the holes. Sometimes you don't get them, other times you get them.
Milka Masharia was the best player in the sponsors category.
Inua Boy Child is a campaign that seeks to ignite positive masculinity in the society. We want to remind the men that we have a divine responsibility to take care of lives. If you look at the history of mankind, and the wars that man have ever fought. Men were fighting for very simple reasons.
Meanwhile, Agnes Wangeshi Mushiri was the overall winner of the pink target shooting competition held at the Kirigiti shooting range. Wangeshi defeated more than 100 other shooters to lift the overall title in the one-day tournament organized to support cancer survivors in the country.
Breast cancer is not a killer disease. When you realize you have it earlier enough is better. So it's good to visit the nearest hospital or a clinic to get checked. It's good to be checked annually for you to be sure that you're okay health-wise.
The tournament will be held annually as the ladies continue to support especially breast cancer patients.
When women come together, great things happen. So if we can support each other in society as women, absolutely great things happen for them. So we have a calendar of events upcoming, and we call upon as many women and as many partners to join us so we can do it even bigger and better the next year.
The event also supports the less privileged women and girls in the society.
And the KCB swimming team successfully defended their swimming title at the 37th edition of the Kenya Interbanks Sports Championship in Nairobi. The win was their third in a row and pushed the bank up the ladder to end the championships in second position overall. KCB Bank also registered impressive performance in the tug of war, volleyball, handball, football, lawn tennis, athletics and darts. In the tug of war duel, KCB's men team was ruthless, seeing off Absa 2-0 to win the trophy, while the ladies team finished second after a 2-0 loss to Absa. And South Africa secured a record fourth world title after beating 14-man New Zealand 12-11 in the Rugby World Cup final played in Paris, France. New Zealand captain Sam Kane's dismissal propelled South Africa to the narrow win following his high tackle on Jesse Krell. Henry Pollard accurately kicked 4 penalties as South Africa retained their title by the slimmest of the margins in Paris. All Blacks scored their points through 2 Riches Monger's penalties and a Bowden Barrett try, with Aaron Smith having a further score ruled out as Jody Barrett also missed out on a long-range penalty.
The All Blacks pouring forward. Ryan Crotty, out it comes. Bowden Barrett. Barrett with support from George Bridge. Try for the All Blacks. Scott Barrett in support, and Scott Barrett is going all the way. What a try for the second row.
That story effectively puts a cap on what we had lined up for you this Sunday afternoon. Thank you so much for your valid company. This has been KBC Lunchtime News. I'm Doreen Arange, and our sign language interpreter has been Byron Abuli. Good afternoon.
Save a Life community organization has transformed over 5,000 lives, specifically on medical intervention, youth empowerment, and street families' welfare. Save a Life community is led by cheerful volunteers who work hard day and night to see people's lives being transformed. For more information, visit www.savealifecommunity.org. Join us today. Give now. Save a life. Transforming lives.